it is time for the Big Brain Bouts, number 46. First match will be Gemini versus Xung. These guys, I just wrote it out. It's central, west, coin toss. Let's go. So obviously we have a German and we have an American, but the American is in Korea, so we're gonna play central, west, and then we flip a coin for game 5. I do not believe in just giving game 5 default advantage to US West. Who calls it? I did. That's the order. No, I didn't cause. Let's see if we get to game 5. If there is a game 5, I flip a coin. If not, no coin toss needed. Jeez. Gemini is a bit of a diva, isn't he, guys? What is happening over here? You think you do something nice, you invite the dude to the Big Brain Bouts, and here we are, giving me a hard time. Alright, Golden Aura. Thank you to Jay Brentern for the 21 months. In this scene, obviously the alerts will work, guys, but in the games the alerts do not work. I have them disabled. If anybody should know how to get a lobby going, I would say that it is my man Gemini, but apparently not. What are you guys voting for? Okay, it's kind of close. I heard through the grapevine that in a different Discord server there is a side bet. And I believe that the side bet is for Gemini to 3-0 or not. I would honestly be impressed if he 3-0s. I know Gemini is pretty good, but Xung is a young kid who's very eager, who's motivated, who impressed us in the past. Like, I think this is a close match. And if Gemini is way too good, then he's way too good, and I got it wrong. But in my eyes, it should be kind of close. Absolutely. Vamos. Let's go, guys. Let's have some fun. Exclamation mark, a giveaway in the chat, guys. Tonight, we are giving away a blanket. I have one of these blankets. They're kind of cool. Now, I feel like it's more like something that I would use for a picnic. Now, I don't know if any of you guys want a picnic in the winter, but hey, if you live in like South America, Australia, it's summer, right? So you can absolutely use it for a nice picnic. Let's do it. Big Brain Bouts, number 46. I'm excited for tonight. Friday night video gaming. I'm ready for it. We've got some brand new players. We've got some veterans. Should be awesome. And we got an amazing main event, in my opinion.
Let's get it on. Round 1. Fight.
The first of the 4 best of 5s. In the bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of a die-hard community member. This man has been around for a long time. An American Protoss who's been spending his life in Korea for the last few years. We all knew him. We all knew his name was Gemini. Once upon a time, he asked a question to Artosis, and Artosis referred to him as GG Emini. Now, that is absolutely not his name, and it's kind of sad because he's die-hard GSL fan. Bottom right side, guys, the Teal Protoss, Gemini. Also a bit of a community hero in all things Protoss. Kind of got known for being an ultra big fan of Hero, and we're not talking about Dragon Kaisi Gaming Hero, but we're talking about the old school Liquid Hero. But then that hero retired, so he needed a new hero, and that hero became Trap. That man also retired. So at this point, I would almost say, Gemini, can you become a very big fan of Clem? So Clem could retire and Basilisk can win the WTL Code S. That'd be fantastic, but just kidding, I wouldn't want that. I love Clem, it's amazing to have him around. Top left side of Golden Aura, we are looking at the main base of a sweet young German kid. He's 17 years old. I've met him at a couple of big home story cups, and it's the 3rd time ever that he plays in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. He lost one and he won one. This is Xung. Teammates, believe it or not, guys, of Cuckoo. Cuckoo picked up this young kid. How I, a long time ago, picked up Cuckoo and put him under my wing. Cuckoo believed in this young German Terran, and he picked him up. I have the feeling that my sound is a bit more quiet on the NA, so this is what we're gonna go for. You predict the 3 Rex STV pool? Yeah, well, it's definitely screaming 3 Rex, right? I don't know about this start, by the way. Mate, if you do this without a bunkie, you're kind of crazy. So he goes a reactor first, low ground CC, no Reaper. If our man Gemini, guys, would have made a couple stalkers, run them to the other side of the map, Xung would be borderline dead. Now, the good news for our man Xung is that Gemini is actually not doing anything. He's even going to keep the adapt. No, what is this? Xung! What on earth is this? What am I looking at? This is not how I raise the kids. If Cuckoo would see this, Cuckoo would have a meltdown. If this happens in like, you know, Diamond League or Platinum League, we're like, oh, okay, you know, people do that. You're never supposed to pull that many SCVs to chase a probe. Xung should know way better than that. Could be the nerfs. Kid is still young. Obviously doesn't play for money each and every single week. But that's a pretty big blunder. That is not supposed to happen. You have a Marine, you just let go of it. Now Gemini obviously gets a perfect scout. And I think it was already a bit obvious that it could be 3 Rex because of Reactor first, no Reaper. But yeah, it's super nice to confirm it. So he's probably going to open with a Speed Prism Colossus. I have the feeling that this is going to be a Speed Prism Colossus opening. Actually, it's a little bit risky what our man Gemini is doing here as well. Because obviously after the probe died, he lost vision. And if these 8 Marines would run to the other side of the map, you would have a hard time dealing with 8 Marines without a shield battery going Observer first. He said he's going Disruptor drop. Yeah, that's possible too. Obviously, it's one of the two, right? It's not a very hot take. It's either Speed Prism Colossus or Speed Prism Disruptor. I personally think that Colossus is a lot better against 3 Rex. I think playing with Disruptors, you're potentially going to be in trouble. But hey, if he loves it, he loves it. It is what it is. I have the feeling that the most pros would absolutely prioritize Colossus here. But if Gemini wants to be hip and trendy and go for Disruptors, that's fine. If he misses his first shot, though, he's going to be dead. So a little bit risky. He is indeed going to go for the Disruptor. You know your man well. Now the SCVs are already going to be pulled. And this is where the Disruptor is honestly going to kind of suck. He's going to need batteries. We have at least 3 gauge rates. I don't know what the hell Xung is doing over here, guys. This man, this boy is wild. He's going to show up 4 seconds before Stim. This is a clown fiesta of a start to the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. I don't know if this is Big Brain Gaming or not. This Nova is probably going to be big. But how big is it? Okay, we're hiding the Disruptor, guys. Here we go. Xung is going to Stim in. Maybe kill the pylon. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to go for first. Disruptor gets dropped. Disruptor shot. No, actually only gets a single Marauder. You have to go for the overcharge battery. No, this is still a lot of damage of the 3 Rex. Okay, the army is a bit overstimmed, but at least there is a surround on the SCVs. I don't think it's going to be enough damage for Xung, but let's see. When is that Disruptor able to fire again? It's going to take a little while. There's only 2 Stalkers left. Now the probes are going to be pulled as well. Oh, this is absolute clown gaming. That's a good shot, though. That is going to connect with the vast majority of these bio units. Xung is down to 12 workers. Gemini is down to 24. And Xung will leave. Alright, well. Big Brain Gaming, guys. Big Brain Gaming. The first Nova wasn't all that. The second Nova was good. Here's the Gemini who takes the 1-0 lead. That was something. Is this Cuckoo, guys? Is this Cuckoo rubbing off on Xung already? Because this is not the Xung that we saw a little while ago. The kid was upgrading, triple CC, going up to 4 bases, Ghost, Advanced Ballistics. And now all of a sudden we have 3 Rexing without a bunker, a reactor first, and we're pulling the boys immediately. Not my Xung. Gemini takes the 1-0 lead. I actually don't think... I don't know if you really have to leave there. I have the feeling that a couple of SCVs were still alive. I think you could have sent them back. You have double orbital. Protoss on 24 probes and only a Robobay with a Disruptor. I mean, like, maybe you're dead, but I would have preferred to see him wait. You think he's very dead? He might be very dead, but I want to see him be 100% very dead. It's also, don't forget, we're playing video games with a bit of latency here. Korea against Europe. It is very easy to make a mistake with your Warp Prism. And if you build 8 Marines, which is very easy when you have double orbital, and you stim, you kill the Prism. If you kill Prism with 2 Disruptors, you're winning again. So I don't even think that you have to leave there. Even if you're behind, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get round 2.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom left side, taking the 1-0 lead on his debut in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. Opening up with a Disruptor Speed Prism. Didn't even manage to send it to the other side of the map because all he had to do was fire. Not 1, but 2 Novas at home. The American Protoss playing from South Korea. It's Gemini. Top right side of El Cyane, we are looking at the main base of our boy, who seems to be a little corrupted by Cuckoo. I thought Cuckoo would set the right example. All of a sudden, we're pulling the boys. This is Team Red Pack Xung. Couple of you guys asking about Euthermo. Obviously, guys, exclamation mark B works, exclamation mark bracket works. Euthermo against Fort Jumi is the main event of the evening, and that means it's going to be the final series of the night. This is the first of 4 best of 5s. Next up, we've got Holden playing for the 3rd time ever against Striving GG for the 1st time ever. And co-main event is Young Yakov against Gong Fu Banda. Once all of those best of 5s are done, that's when it's time for Jumi versus the man, the myth, the legend, the YouTuber, Euthermo. Probe is going to scout. There are definitely some server issues at the moment, and if it was ever going to happen, tonight is kind of a good night for it to happen, because we have a lot of games on the NA server anyway, and most of the issues are on the European server. But we're just gonna roll with it, guys. It's one way or the other. Like, what can we do? Should we cancel the entire event because 2 or 3 maps don't work on Europe, or shall we still just run a fun event, give you guys a fun night of games, and make the best of it? That's what we're going to do. It's not on purpose, TRP. Taiwan also disappeared once, then it came back. I'm sure that US East will come back too, but these guys would not be playing on US East. Euthermo against Jumi would normally be on US East, but yeah, it is what it is. It's okay. East is back? Alright, East is already back then. See, you guys are so dramatic. East is already back, mate. What are you spreading negativity for? But Europe is having some issues at the moment with loading a few maps. The Adept is not stuck. He already used Rico as well earlier. So. We've got a different opening, obviously, by Xung. No more 3 Rex with the DSCV pool. Reaper is going to live. We have double mine, maybe triple mine the opening even. I think a triple mine drop here shouldn't be bad. Today's Clem, who wins? That's a great question, mate. I don't think Clem is playing tonight. Clem might be playing next week. I don't know if Clem is interested, but I will poke the mighty Frenchman and see if he would be interested in playing next Friday. Any Diamond 2 players for BBB? The first match of the BBB could be for anyone. All you need to do is show that you're eager, show that you're a good, healthy member to this community, support the event, play in other tournaments, stand out, give me a reason to invite you. You can be Diamond 2 and have a chance in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. All you need to do is actually sign up for tournaments, because obviously if you only ever play ladder and I have never seen a game of you, I'm not going to invite you. If you sign up for the weekly, if I can see some of your games there, sign up for other community events, you too have a chance to get invited. This tournament is for everybody. Every single week I invite somebody who has never played before. Got the medevac flying in with not 1 but 2 Widow Mines. Gemini does not pull probes. Gemini loses 10. And now you actually pick up your mines. Oh, a little bit of a misclick here. Oh my goodness. Alright, Clown Fiesta Video Gaming here, guys. Does get 10 probes, but Xung really struggling to get those mines back in the medevac. I have the feeling, guys, that our young kid is a little nervous. Even though he has played already 3 times in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts, he does strike me as a little nervous tonight. I feel like there's been a lot of misclicks, more than I've seen in the past. These guys are around 5k, yeah. Xung is a little bit below 5k. Gemini is often a bit above 5k, but it is also PvT, guys. What I liked about this is that it's 2 people that have clearly never played against each other because they don't play in the same region. And also, you know, Gemini being an old school veteran, Xung being an eager young kid. I just feel like these are fun matches. Gemini loses the Observer too. Another little victory here for the young German. 17 years old. looking good here in game 2, even though we derped a little with those Widow Mines. Is he gonna drop a third CC, guys? I kind of feel like he is. Otherwise, he would have already dropped barracks 4 and 5. Feels that Gemini wants to stay on gateway units for a while. Gateway units and Immortals. I think it looks very good for Xung. He is gonna drop a third CC in his main. There is Observer number 2 here. Obviously, it's very important for Gemini not to lose this one too. Not sure about like mass tank against somebody that wants to become the gateway man. Tanks could be useful, can also be very clumsy. It's all, I think the most important thing here for Xung is just that he moves out with a proper bio army. We're not gonna move out with like 10 Marines, 2 Marauders, no. We need to move out with like 20 plus bio units. And looking at this is already 20 plus bio units. Then if these Zealots storm in, just gonna stand there, stim, you're gonna kill it. I feel very good about this push for Xung, but let's see if Gemini can outplay him. It's gonna be very hard. We're gonna stim forward as well. Gemini's forced to blink back immediately. Might actually end up losing a Stalker here. Will lose one Stalker. There's one Adept that's gonna shade, but there's no need to respect that one shade. Just go, Xung. You gotta be decisive here. Needs to be careful with the stims, by the way, guys. Because I only see 2 medevacs on the map. All tanks gonna siege up in the center. Okay, well, not a bad tank shot. Maybe an anti-armor missile? Careful with your stims, amigo. There's only 2 medevacs here, guys. I actually think auto turrets would be fantastic. Anti-armor missiles, I think decent as well. He keeps on sieging all 5 tanks. Maybe you can leave like 2 or 3 sieges. He is giving Gemini a lot of time, guys, and that army is already kind of better than Bruce now. Okay, maybe can take a fight like this. Drop some auto turrets. Now, drop auto turrets. Alright, we're gonna go for it. An auto turret has been dropped. What are we going to target? We're gonna micro a little bit against the Zealots. The tanks are very indecisive. Not sure what they want to shoot at, but in the end, they do get a couple of good shots off on the Stalkers. Every single tank has died, but his bio army is so damn low on HP. Shield battery overcharge could be good enough to save the day here. Nice micro on the Marines, leaving the Marauders in the front. Reinforcements have arrived, but the Nova goes forward, won't connect.
Reinforcements have arrived.
He's gonna go for the fight and denies that warp in. That's a good deny by Xung, guys. Are we looking at a tight series? Xung obviously needs a tiny bit more than what he's been getting so far, but this looks good. Gemini is floating, loses the Nexus. He's gonna lose a few more Zealots here too. 2 bases against 3 bases now. Xung is not the type of kid that goes home, by the way. Oh, I hope you're right. Oh, he wasn't quite right, but he did pick up a lot of units. Unloads on top of the Disruptor. Now it's low HP bio and a tank against a bunch of probes and a Zealot. Well, everybody that said I was so wrong and this was going to be an easy 3-0 is looking rather silly now. Ain't that the truth? You guys think you're smarter than the old man? GG gets called. Xung ties things up. Well done. Funny thing as well, guys, is that Gemini won on Central and Xung wins on US West. So, live, everything is always live on this channel, my friend. I never cast things that are not live. And very often, without a delay too. Prepare that coin, Roddy. We're not there yet. We are not there yet. Slows out, by the way, saying only 3 years, but it feels like forever. Well, 3 years, mate, is a pretty long time. I know that sometimes your resubs will get overshadowed by people with 90 months or 100 months or 110 months, but let's be real, subbing to someone for 3 years is a long time. So thank you for that. Gemini was convinced he wins 3-0. American arrogance. Haven't we seen that before? Game 3, we go back to US Central. Funny game so far, clearly very wild. Xung is, I think, a kid that still gets a bit overly excited in games. Kind of plays every game with the idea that the first or the second push needs to end it. It'd be awesome if he would rely a bit more on his mechanics, because I do think he's a good macro player. And he displayed some great late game in the past. Man, to each their own. Obviously, there's money on the line. $60 for the win, $15 for losing. You're gonna go with what you like the most. I often have players telling me after I invite them, they're like, oh, I'll do my best to make it entertaining. I'm like, no, don't worry about that. It is not your job to make it entertaining. All you have to do, mate, is show up, be nice, and try to win. In my mind, the matches will be entertaining because it's close. You don't have to do anything special. You just play to win. Even if it's the ugliest win ever, that doesn't matter. 3-0 in 10 minutes does not matter. If you do that, you've done your job.
Round 3. Fight.
Top left side of Site Delta, as we are back on US Central. We are looking at the main base of the American Protoss living in Seoul, South Korea. Gemini, aka Gemini. And I'm just gonna say, guys, that he's repping all things Protoss. Even though he's also a member of On-Site Gaming to some degree, but not really a player. So, maybe a bit of both, right? On-Site Gaming and all things Protoss. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the teammate of Cuckoo, representing that Romanian/Moldovan esports org called Red Pack. This is Xung. Ugly games are more entertaining? Yeah, that can be the case as well, but you know, obviously, like, people call them show matches because they are show matches to some degree, but I never would ask the players to do something funny or cool or interesting. No, all they have to do, show up. The only thing we expect from them is to be respectful to their opponent and to me. And the rest is a bonus. If you win 3-0 in 15 minutes in the most one-sided series ever, kudos to you. Then you're clearly a lot better in the game than I thought you were. They are show-up matches, exactly. Hey, by the way, speaking of that, 46 weeks in a row, 4 best of 5s. We've never had anybody not show up. Now, I know that saying that kind of stuff is asking for trouble, but doing pretty good in that regard. Everybody has always showed up. That's Roddy Pool? Yeah. Don't know. So obviously, everyone will know that normally you need to play a lot of different rounds to make any sort of prize money. The BBB is unique in the fact that it's always just one series against somebody of your own skill level. So you don't need to beat Clem or Max Packs to get rewarded. It makes sense that people show up, but it's still very nice that they've always done it. Nobody ever forgot. Adapt into Stalker with 1 gate fast expand for Gemini. Xung, 1 game 2 with the Reaper opening. Is going to go for another Reaper opening here in game 3. We are running a giveaway tonight, guys. It is a giveaway for a blanket! Exclamation mark giveaway. If you guys just want to either support the Big Brain Bouts and you participate for fun, or if you do really want a Basilisk blanket, you can sign up there. There are many ways to get an entry in, so even if you don't have Discord, you can still get some entries by visiting the YouTube or following things on Twitter. Is it more if I participate for another blanket? Absolutely, Magna. We have never said otherwise, so mate, if you somehow win again, more power to you. Obviously, you could decide yourself that you don't want to be that guy, but we have not said anything to the contrary, so you know, nothing is stopping you. Look at Gemini here, guys. He thinks he's molten. Does somebody have that molten copy pasta? Does anybody have a multi copy pasta ready? This is gonna be fun and probably very short, because we are looking at Cloak versus Cloak. Bully is gonna hit us. So I'm watching Molten's SC stream and he's warping in DTs directly under a Raven. Isn't this a bad idea? I type in the chat and he instantly snaps at me and says, mate, they're permanently invisible, just like you're permanently bent. And then the screen went black. I'm gonna make a new account and come back tomorrow. 4 Hellions and the Reaper guys are gonna drive into the main base, and Xung should see everything here that he needs, but more importantly, he's gonna kill some probes, baby. How many probes are we killing? I'm gonna say it's going to be 9. That might actually be a whole lot more than 9. We already have 7. It's gonna be 9. Make it 11 perhaps. Yep. Maybe at 12. That's a pretty damn promising start, guys. 13. 12. Do I hear 13? No. So now all we need to do, mate, is realize what we scouted. Save your scans, okay? Save your scans. He's building an eBay. I, guys, would have been a big fan of canceling Banshee number 2 and building a Raven, personally. I think that would have been the play. Xung says, no, Brody, that's not my play. I'm going to just build an eBay and save up some scans. Well, here comes that. Oh, my God. This is going to hurt on both sides. DTs are going to be a nightmare to deal with. Build a Raven, please, Xung. You cannot throw scans forever. Okay, throws down the scan. Gemini actually misses the pickup on the first DT. Alright, how's the Banshee doing? Banshee is doing its thing. No observer yet. Come on, Xung. How good is your priority? The crisis management. Killed a couple of probes so far. Good. A lot of lost mining time, obviously. There is a shield battery. Stalkers do not have blink. Go back to the main, Xung. Go back to the main. Stalkers do not have blink, guys. Can easily kill a few more probes here. Honestly, did a pretty good job against the DTs by the looks of it. Killed one. Yeah, I'd say this favors the Terran. I think this favors the Terran. And don't forget that Banshee number 2 is still alive, is healthy, and at home. Think the man that a lot of you guys said was going to win 3-0 is actually in a bit of trouble in this best of 5. As we're all tied up. And with 2 bases against 2 bases, 46 workers a pop. I think we all know that that is not the place that a Protoss player wants to be in. It is kind of late for Gemini, yeah, but he knew that. He knew that many days in advance. We can't steal the thunder of the German boy, guys, if he's playing well, and he's potentially going to win. Gemini, what the hell is that? As he clicks the prism right above the missile turret. he was sending that thing in like it was a bed rider, and it was about to blow up the missile turret, but wrong game, Gemini. That's Warcraft, mate. Not a thing in Starcraft 2. Do you guys... I was wondering if we're going to have some sort of an SCV pool. Because Xung is overproducing SCVs. As that one Banshee is going to show up in the natural one more time. Gemini still has not used his... Well, he has used his spider council. He's getting a charge, but does not have blink. Killing one of the Banshees, though, without blink. That's got to feel pretty good. The man wants to go Colossus here. Hello, Proto, and hello, Air. Welcome, guys. Happy Friday. I had an amazing Friday. Played a couple ladder games this morning. Played 2 hours of padel. Even though it's a little bit cold. And it started to rain a tiny bit. That was very annoying. Been a great Friday. And I'm excited for our night of video games. So for the first series, it's wild. It's definitely not the cleanest StarCraft, but it's been pretty entertaining. Pretty terrifying move coming out of Xung over here. With 5 tanks again. Well, at least 4 here. And tank number 5 is going to stay at home. Gemini thinks of running into this army in the center of the map. Drops a force field. The force was pretty good. Xung misses the pickup. Oh, the tank shots though. They do obliterate a bunch of the stalkers. As we have one more brave DT running into the natural. There is a bunker. There is a turret. Marauder is going to help out. One Marauder is maybe not the best way ever to deal with a DT, but it is good enough. And Cloak Banshee chased the entire Protoss army towards the third. It's all about all these tanks. There aren't that many bio units anymore protecting the tanks. Maybe the Zealots with charge. Maybe the Archons. Is Gemini gonna go for it? Oh my goodness, that Colossus just evaporated. What the hell? That was a healthy Colossus, guys. With the emphasis on was. And it just disappeared like a magic trick. Xung is now going to get on top of the third Nexus. Gemini really does not want to lose it. Maybe battery overcharge then Gemini. He does not use it yet. Does have a nice engagement with the Zealots. Gets 2 of the tanks very quickly. What are the tanks shooting at the Archon? Okay, this might still be a hold. This should be a hold. Not bad. It is a painful hold, but it is a hold. There's a couple of the Marauders are still alive. Can we run back? We used battery overcharge there, by the way. We kind of fought away from it. In the end, Xung is going to be forced to pick up these units and get out of there. There is no blink on the side of Gemini. I mean, Gemini hangs in there, guys, but he has no upgrades on his army. He only has charge and obviously extended thermal lens. Xung's economy is absolutely booming. Kid is on 73 SCVs. Can easily go up to 4 bases here if he wants to. He's going to start building a couple of Vikings too. We did all of that without combat shield, by the way. That's sick. Sick!
Sick!
I like the idea of going disruptors here, guys, because I think you know you're behind economically, you know you're behind in upgrades. Their army is always going to be bigger. I think Colossus are incredibly solid if you just need something that can consistently deal damage. But that's not going to be enough for Gemini. I think he's too far behind to rely on that. So going for a few disruptors and trying to land 1 or 2 big balls. I think that's the play. I would even really love a second robo here. And I know he's not that rich, but if you have 500 gas, I kind of think a second robo building 2 disruptors at a time is a play. Thank you, Penguin. I'm glad you're enjoying it, matey. Single DT gets warped in. How did you guys like that announcement today, by the way, by Stormgate? Isn't that sick? Soon, all of you guys can play Stormgate and stream Stormgate. There's only one tiny downside of it, is that it mostly overlaps with IEM Katowice, which is obviously a bit sad. I'm going to be in Poland. I will be enjoying the StarCraft games, but I still hope that a lot of you guys will have some fun with it. Maybe watch some StarCraft on the side, play some Stormgate. Low HP Prism is gonna make a move into the main base. There's multiple missile turrets everywhere. The Prism dies, but at least a couple of the DTs and Zealots get out of there. Xung has very interesting defense here. As Gemini thinks of a counterattack, I mean, this is just crazy. This kid has 1 speed, 1 gear go. Can Gemini land 1 magical ball? Oh, those have potential, but they don't really connect. I mean, the tanks are mostly gone, though. The Widowmine shots are good. I think the Vikings will take care of the Colossus. Xung should not run here, by the way. He should stand here and fight, because his army is way stronger than the army of Gemini. As Gemini has no upgrades. The Marines and Marauders have 1-1. They're going to keep on steering forward. They can get both the Disruptors still. All that's left is 1 Disruptor. It seems that most of the Zealots and DTs on the other side of the map have been taken care of. And I believe that the young kid from Germany is very close to taking a 2-0 lead. Do we have observers? We have 2 ups. I just don't know where. I mean, that fight was chaotic. It had a bit of potential on the side of Gemini, but ooh, look at that split. The man splits the Viking. Keeps it alive. We do need a scan here because there is a DT in the mix. As 1 more Viking is going to land straight out of an animation trailer. Tries to run away from those Novas. Widowmine's fire. I mean, no matter how good these shots are, guys, I think Gemini is dead. A 2-base Protoss simply does not win games like this anymore. That's a really good Nova. Did I speak too soon? No. Because even if he does that 2 more times, okay, the DT is just killing everything. I think that Xung is just too rich, so I don't believe that Gemini can bring it back. Those Novas were fantastic. I mean, there is an observer in the mix now as well. At least there should be. There are 2 ops out there. Base number 4 is floating over, so 2-base Xung will temporarily go back, but Gemini obviously knows that he is simply too far behind. 2 bases against 4. You don't win that! Redback Xung takes the 2-1 lead over Gemini. So much for all those 3 zeros, hey guys? Everyone just thought that Roddy messed up. They said the old man doesn't have it anymore. He is not in touch with the 5K players. Oh no, I am. I watched a lot of Upper 3, okay? This neighborhood is where I feel most comfortable. I know each and every single one of these nerds. Game 4 will obviously be played on US West again. That is the server that is going to favor Gemini. Hello, Figaro. Happy birthday. Thank you. It's not my fault, guys. I hang that up for Vicky as a surprise on the morning of the 30th of November. That was the day that Vicky was celebrating her birthday, because it is her birthday. That was also the day that we traveled to Home Story Cup for the most recent edition of the Home Story Cup. So I hang all of that up. I blew up a bunch of balloons in the early morning. And every single time I try to take it down, Vicky's like, no, that's my special day. So it's still there and I'm not taking it down. I do not want to hear how I ruined her special day, even if it was on the 30th of November. If anybody's taking it down, it's Vicky. It's not me. 2-1 lead on the side of our German Protoss, German Terran.
Round 4. Fight!
Top right side of Hecate. We are looking at the main base of the man fighting for on-site gaming and all things Protoss. The American Protoss player living in Korea, making his debut in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. GG Gemini, aka Gemini. In the bottom left side of Hecate, we are looking at the main base of our young German kid playing for Team Redback. The third time ever that he plays in the Big Brain Bouts. This is Xung. It's pronounced Hecate. We go with Hecate thriving GG. But if you play the best game I've ever seen on Hecate, I might go with Hecate. You only have 1.6 million left, plus 500k in the 2 weeklies. Look at all these channel point millionaires in my chat. What are you guys gonna do with all those channel points? If you guys are wondering what I'm drinking, I am drinking tea. It's not that cold in the Netherlands today. It was like 4 or 5 degrees, but I was outside for 2 hours. So, you know, after 2 hours of being outside in 4 degrees with just a t-shirt basically, I obviously do need to warm up a little bit. I had a warm shower. And then I said, well, the tea will get us going. But after this, I might be a little more fun. I don't know yet what I want to drink tonight. But I think I have a drink. I deserve it. I did like 8 hours of sports this week. That is honestly the most amount of hours I have exercised since I was 12. I was very into football when I was 12. I'm 36 now. But this is definitely a record for the 36-year-old man. No dry January. Oh, mate. Absolutely not. I had a dry week. And that was it. Do I feel sore? I feel it in my legs, but it was a lot worse in the beginning. I've been playing a decent amount, so it's not that bad. But I do feel it sometimes late at night where my legs just feel dead. It's like they're just uncomfortable. Whether I sit, whether I lay, whether I stand. It's okay. It's important. I have never played football at Homester Rico. I played football one time with the lads at TSL 9. And then I kicked into the heel of Lambo. And I couldn't walk for 2 months. I broke my toe. So I'll leave football to the young whippersnappers. But I would love to play some padel with them. Yeah, when I did try it, it was not a success. And that same toe I recently injured again, but I'm over it. I can play again. Reaper died, so better start for Gemini. Killing the Reaper and not losing anything. But take a look at what Xung saw. Xung did not see a whole lot, so he doesn't know about the Twilight Council opening. Good start for the American Protoss. Maybe we'll get that coveted Game 5. Rainer playing his Versace shoes was quite a sight. I do really love all the stories that come out from the gamers and the casters playing football. I like how, I think it was Harston who said that the young kids just have no fear. And they die for every single ball, like their life depends on it. It was fun to hear all the stories, but no. After my TSL adventure, I'll sit out with the football. Maybe I'll try it again one day if I wear better shoes. So Xung is going to go for a triple mind drop, guys. Honestly, these openings are a little bit risky. You'd kind of think that Gemini is a man who is very familiar with the meta. And if he would have thrown in like a 4-gate Blink Stalker opening here, I think that he has the chance to kill Xung. Because going triple mine is something that's technically not that safe against 4-gate Stalker. But let's just see how much damage our first real attempt of this game is going to do. Can Xung hit us with some burrow on burrow retarget? We have one on burrow. And he's creating a bit of chaos. Ooh, it's a shame for Xung that that one got picked off. It's a lot of lost mining time for sure. He's going to burrow. I think that will be... Ooh, that's not fine. So, a lot of indirect damage, guys, but not a lot of direct damage. And Gemini, to make things even better for him, did warp in a third Nexus before all of that started. I'd say the man who's down 1-2. I think he handled that very well. It looked like a tiny bit clumsy with all these probes, like standing AFK in the middle of nowhere, but I think that's about as good as you can hope for as a Protoss. Like, you kill 3 mines, you lose 1 probe. Sure, lost mining time is annoying, and it does show in this graph. Look at this graph. But I think it's safe to say that that was a victory for the Protoss. Lino, I got owned so hard today, mate. You have no idea. My first, I shared a story earlier, but the TLDR, mate, is that the first hour was with a woman who was like in her 30s, another woman who's in her 30s, and an old man. And the old man was called Dick. Not with a C, guys, just D-I-K. It's a common name for older people. So I thought I'm going to be the star of this hour. You know, old man, two ladies. Mate, Dick was good. I got absolutely blasted by Dick. I went 06, 16, and 06. Man was an animal. Proper live inspiration. Like high 50s, maybe low 60s. He was fast. He hit every ball perfect. He left me no chance. He was way better than me. I had to tip my fedora to him, and I was like, "You're very good, sir." Back to the drawing board for me. I mean, it is what it is. It is exactly what happened. The second hour was a bit better, but also still lost more than I won. I mean, I played one set with a girl my age, and she was actually kind of good too. So then we won easily, then we switched up the teams, and then I won, lost. Gemini's up 20 workers here, guys, in game 4 of the opening match of the BBB. It was motivation. And I think that's the beauty of the sport that I play as well, is that all the people can be proper good. Because it's not so much about how hard you hit the ball or how fast you are. It's like just experience, placement. It's amazing. Nice stim over here by Xung. Oh, Gemini, that is not the blink, my friend. So Gemini loses every single stalker. He does have a crazy amount of zealots. Drops a couple force fields. Those are not good force fields either. Oh no, everything is going wrong for the American Protoss, guys. A game where Gemini was kind of cooking. He has just lost 4 stalkers, 4 zealots, and barely killed the thing. Does he still have enough? He was obviously ahead. He's going to send in a hallucinated Phoenix. Those force field, nice pickup this time around, guys, by Xung. On US West, don't forget, game 4 is played on US West. Gemini is going to need to take better fights, guys. Otherwise, he is in serious trouble against all these tanks and Marines and Marauders. Guardian Shield gets activated. Stalkers blink forward. Okay, that's 3 tanks gone real quick, but the Zealot count is very low. Can the Marines and Marauders steam forward, get on top of the sentries and Stalkers? No. Thank the Lord for battery overcharge. Couple Widow Mines now in the back though, guys. That makes it a little more scary. I think Gemini anticipated Widow Mines earlier. That's why he went for the hallucinated Phoenix. Xung loads up 2 medevacs. Is there vision here for Gemini? No. Doesn't know yet. Well, actually, he maybe saw that. He saw it with this one, I think. The Widow Mines have fired. Another tank does fall. Forward blink, a little bit risky. 2 more mines both connect. And now it's all about this double drop. Xung has traded, I think, amazingly in the last minute of this game. He did about as good as he ever could. Is it good enough to bring this back? Do we have a recall? Yes, there is recall. Not a fight that 4 Zealots win, by the way, guys. Especially not without armor. Get 1 or 2 Marines, buy some time, and Gemini has activated recall. 4 base Gemini will keep the main safe. Xung playing very good, by the way, this game, no? This it feels like the young kid is hitting his stride. Maybe getting a bit more comfortable after taking the 2-1 lead. And shaking off some of the nerves. I think he's playing very well here. This is the Xung that I know. The Xung that we've seen in the past. I think Gemini is still looking good in this game, but that's mostly because he was very far ahead. He has not extended his lead. That much is certain. I feel that Gemini is very late with getting a second robo. I think his life would be so much easier. What MMR was he? Is what Ringen is asking me. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Yeah. If I would have to describe my MMR and Padel, like, I'm not good. But if I would translate it to Starcraft 2 terms, let's say, like, the best players in the world are 7k. What would I be? Like, I'm 4-2, 4-3. And I would say that the old man today was like 5-4 or something, you know, proper difference. He was quite a bit better than me. Xung needs some practice at spotting observers. I mean, if Big Gabriel can do it after all these years, we shouldn't be too critical of Xung here. I'm not thinking about percentage, Magnet. I'm more thinking about how bad a 4K player is compared to a 7K player. That's how I'm thinking of it. As we have double Colossus and a bunch of Archons here, by the way. The Archons have potential. The Disruptors have a lot of potential too. That Nova went to no man's land. Second time is the charm. One Disruptor left behind. Observer indeed is giving in that up. Stalkers, good blink. Stalkers will blink. And kill a Medivac full of units. Yep, Gemini now maxed out, guys. +2 attack as well. Wouldn't hate a second forge. Does he have one? No, he does not. He did add the second robo. Xung is trying one more time to get into the main, but there's no opening there. Starting to look like a game 5. Thank you, Riggedy. I appreciate it, matey. Zealots, Disruptors, Archons and Stalkers are gonna make their way on top of the third. Nova flies forward, blows up a bunch of SCVs and Marauders. The second one as well. The third one is absolutely perfect. And great balls of fire will just end this game. GG gets skulled. Gemini sends it to game 5 after a very good Widowmine initial defense.
I could see losing to Lethal, but now we are at a new low. Lost to an old dick.
It's not a low, mate. He was very good. I am not ashamed of it. If I play good, I play good. If I play bad, I play bad. Alright, shall we give Gemini the choice? Gemini, you can choose. Head or tails. We're gonna do it live on air, guys. For server advantage in game 5. Gemini says heads. Head has only lost so far. Is it head or is it tails? It's heads. So that means game 5 will be played on US West. Tails has won the last 2 times in the Big Brain Bouts, but today it was heads. Gemini says, let's go Europe for the challenge. Okay. That stands. See you guys on EU. Now he's panicking. Shall I switch server as well? Too late. Going to EU. He panicked. He panicked. It's okay. I know he was joking. In game 5, winner of our opening series of the night gets $60. The loser will get 15. Next up is Holden versus Thriving GG, guys. A PVZ between an American and a man from Sweden. Currently minus 34 here. Yeah, mate. I know that the temperatures are crazy. I actually added a bunch of cities to my little weather app earlier today. Just to A, make it easier to see what time it is in certain places. And B, because I was curious about the temperatures. It was kind of cold here over the last few days, but definitely not that cold. So I guess it is a perfect afternoon to watch a couple video games from Canada or America. I know Yakuts. Which cities? I added LA, Seoul, Beijing, a few more. I don't know. My phone is charging right now. Hello, Anna. Final round, guys. Final round. Who wins our opening bout of the night? Hey, I think it's a fun one, right? Going to distance. First one. Aren't we happy? I think I did Toronto too.
Final round. Fight!
Yeah, Toronto's in. Bottom right side of Heartland. We are looking in the main base of the man who, according to a lot of hipsters, was going to win easily 3-0. It's been far from that, but he did win the coin toss, so he gets server advantage for game 5. But he lost on his own server in game 2, so no guarantees. The American Protoss player, a community hero. I do love this guy. He's been around forever. GG Gemini, aka Gemini. Skoksevaktarn. That sounds awesome, mate. That sounds awesome. I'm very jelly. Top left side of Heartland. Thriving GG, by the way, guys, was labeled by Euthermo as an absolute legende, which would translate to absolute legend. So apparently Euthermo approves of the Thriving GG playing in the Big Brain Bouts. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of the 17-year-old kid from Germany, playing, I think, a good series. I'm pretty proud of him here. Win, lose, or draw in game 5. Team Redpacks Xung. And I don't even know, guys, if Cuckoo has been the absolute perfect big brother and helped him to prepare for this. Will it be Deutschland or will it be America? History tells us that it will most likely be America, but results from the past are no guarantee for the future. They can't always win, right, guys? Gemini has been having fun with this race. Bellium with the 33 months. The max stop a resup. A quick one then, mate, because it's early in the game and we don't have to worry yet. That's right. Did you guys read the report? Red Bull said that they've already been working on the car of this year for over 6 months. That at this point they consider this car old and they're already working on the next one. They're living in 2025. It's going to be a great F1 season, guys. I hope you're all very excited. Will Max win by 20, 30, or 40 seconds? Oh no. It's going to be a disaster. 1 gate fast expand for Gemini with a Twilight Council that got warped in. Xung had a quick reactor, but he's using that reactor for Marines, so Reaper into Marines. Yeah, that's probably semi-confirmed at this point, Geometra. Unless they somehow got it wrong, but... Xung trying to be very fancy here with a perfect place grenade, but even Clem and Beyond have a hard time pulling that move off, so... We don't mind! Boom! So the Adept, hey, good move by Xung by the way, right? Sending out that mine, switching things up a little bit. So lost the Reaper, killed the Adept. And obviously losing your Adept, guys, does suck if you have to defend with like a very few units. Protoss does not have too much firepower in the beginning. And Gemini actually likes to go Observer as well. What will it be? Will it be Marines and Widow Mines? Could be, right? 4 Marines? No, he just wants to go Widow Mine only. Maybe we go like Marine Tank into the natural and a Widow Mine drop in the back. Not losing any probes is going to be very hard. I wish, by the way, guys, that Xung had the confidence to move the Marines and tanks out right now. Because it would be so much more difficult for Gemini to defend. Maybe drop 1 mine here, mate. Even just dropping 1 mine here and killing. If you see the probe here, drop a mine, drop a mine, drop a mine. Nope, he's going to go for the natural, but it's already been revealed. Well, Medevac is yellowing in. First Widow Mine gets dropped and is going to connect with... Oh, the retarget! The retarget! The kid! And the Unburrow! Oh my goodness, it's Clem! Oh, gets a couple of probes in the end. Still though, 10 out of 10, mate. 10 out of 10, I'm proud of you. Almost all the probes would have returned. And then we could have had an absolute dream shot. But I'm proud of Xung there. I think he did that very well. Even if in the end he only got 2 probes. A lot of lost mining time. And he tried. Good effort. Good scrap. Only got 2 probes in the end. I think he got a Stalker too though, no? No Stalker. Yeah, okay. It's a little bit unlucky, but I still think he tried. And I think he played it well. I have the feeling that we are gearing up for a big old 2 base here, no? I don't know if he wants to drop another CC. I think he can obviously stay 3 racks and pull the boys as well. Can we pay attention? We see an Observer here, mate. We see an Observer and we kill the Observer. Now, Gemini did open up a double ups. I think an SCV pull here, the moment that Stim is done, would be very difficult for Gemini to deal with. And I do think that Gemini is the superior player if the game goes on for a long time. Like if they go up to 4 bases, I think Gemini will A, have ping advantage, but also this has the experience on his side. I think if Xung, yeah, Rex number 4 and 5 coming online before commence on number 3. I like the call. Xung is willing to send it. It's an exciting best of 5, guys. I always love it if we're like a couple of minutes into game 5 of a series and I still have no idea who's going to win. Gemini fires up +1, has 14 probes, now drops the Robo Bay. It's always that awkward moment, right, as a Protoss, where it's like, you want to make sure you have enough units to stop the push, but you also know that you can't stay engaged with units forever, so it's like, when is that right moment? Gemini says this is the right moment to drop that Robo Bay. I like how he has a lot of free supply, I think that's very good. Xung is dropping a 3rd CC now, I don't know how I feel about that. 110 out of 110, but a couple of depots are finishing up. I want to see us pull the boys. Even if we're building a 3rd CC, who cares? Let's bring some boys, mate. We've got Marines, we've got Marauders, we've got 5 tanks and a Raven. If you pull the boys here, I think you win, man. I actually think this would be such a god tier moment to bring 25 SCVs to the other side of the map. Careful with your stims, by the way, amigo. Alright, tanks are gonna siege up. Gemini lost every single Stalker. That Stalker kiting, guys, from Gemini, yeah. Not the best we've ever seen. Xung, no, careful, mate. The force fields are going to hurt. The force fields will hurt. And Gemini should retreat now immediately. Those were, I think, pretty decent force fields with a lot of bio going down. And if it's only tanks, oh, once the Zealots get on top of it. Once the Zealots get on top of this many tanks. Xung is too... You need to go back now, I think, Xung. Yeah, okay, now we're pulling the boys. Why didn't we do that earlier? We do have a bunch of extra bio units stimming in, by the way. There is an observer here, mate. Maybe the Raven Soul's careful. Force fields could hurt. Force fields will hurt. But Gemini doesn't know yet about all these extra units that are going to show up. 56 SCVs against 69 probes. 1 Colossus out. No extended thermal lens. 5 tanks are going to siege up. Gemini just casually wipes in a 4th Nexus. Alright. Stop unsieging and sieging every single tank, guys. Colossus could disappear here. This could be a big moment. Gemini or Xung, who is going to win the opening bout of the night? A lot of Zealots have disappeared. 14 SCVs died. The tanks are close. Now he leaves 2 tanks siege. He's going to siege up the other tanks. 73 army supply against 65. All tanks will siege. Shield battery overcharge needs to get taken care of. Will get taken care of. The tanks are shooting at the Colossus. The Colossus dies. But obviously every single tank dies as well. Now Gemini is going to be forced to pull the probes. There are a couple of Zealots left, and those Zealots are good enough. Do we have extra Terran units showing up? No, not really. I believe that in the end, it will go in favor of Gemini. Xung should have pulled the SCVs the first time. I think he panic cancelled the Nexus, by the way, but now he rebuilt it. Lost a lot of units early, was very stim happy, and he went very far away from the tanks. Not sure if abandoning 5 tanks is a good play. Like, if it's 1 or 2 tanks, it's okay sometimes to run away from it, but... yeah, I think Xung a little bit indecisive. Got close, though. Got close. Was exciting. Is there anything to be hopeful of in this game? I am afraid that there is no way to come back here. This command center never morphed into an orbital. Take it easy, Franz G, mate. Take it easy. Kid is 17. Let the kid battle. Show some respect. He's gonna try. Of course, he's dead, but he doesn't necessarily know how many probes he killed, and maybe like the second wave can get the job done. He knows he's in trouble, but let him try. Be nice. Xung throws on the scan and sees a pretty intimidating army, and he does not believe that he can win the fight against that army. GG gets gold. The first series of the night goes to Gemini, goes to Protoss. GG Gemini, not quite the 3-0 that a lot of you guys predicted, but he did win 3-2. I think overall fun series, everything that the first series of a Big Brain Bouts should be all about. I will settle that prediction and immediately get ready for the next one. Thank you to Basilisk for giving us 10 subs. For that one going to distance. The USA Protoss wins. A hat-trick, guys. A hat-trick for the United States of America. Second series of the night. More America, baby. It's Holden. USA Protoss. Versus Thriving GG. Sweet Zerk. 5.3k gaming. Honestly, I have no idea. At first, when I made this match, I actually thought that Thriving GG was going to be a bit too good, but I still thought it could be fun. Then Holden said he's been peaking at 5.5k. And if he has been peaking at 5.5, then he's the favorite. So, I have no idea. Now, this could be one where we could have a tiny bit of an issue with some of the maps, so maybe we'll have to play 1 or 2 maps on America and the other ones in Europe. We'll figure it out. Whereas Holden is East Coast boy, right? Driving. Sweet. Z. 5.3K gaming, that's tense. So I will give you guys, I think 15 minutes, because it could be a tiny bit of a hassle to get this going. So I am going to figure things out. I guess they are meeting on the European server. Maybe we can play game 1 in Europe on one of the maps that works. For the people who tune in later, there is a minor issue with some of the maps that we cannot currently host on the European server. It's very annoying. It's obviously silly. We hope that Blizzard fixes it soon, but yeah, it comes down to Blizzard. Some things are out of our control. The only thing we can do is just try to make it an awesome night of video games. Sounds perfect. Keep in mind that 1 or 2 maps don't work on EU. I say we play 2 EU, 2 NA, and make sure that the EU games are on maps. Yeah. Let me take a look. Holden is asking me if I know which maps work and which maps don't work. I think it was young Yakov who said. Maybe Rainer said. Somebody gave me a list of the maps that work. Well, we'll just try whatever. We'll just more than 1 or 2. Yes, I know, Rainer. I know. But what can we do, mates? What do you want me to do? Cry? Sit in the corner? Don't run any matches? No. We're just going to keep on through, powering through. And we'll figure it out. GG, Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and take a little break, guys. And we're going to figure it out. And one way or the other, Thriving GG versus Holden will happen. I'll see you guys real soon.